Alright, good day to everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Bluebelly. This is the Bluebelly Farms channel. We are on the Alma, Missouri map, and I did a sort of farm tour video on this maybe a month or so ago, but I've actually been playing again and I've done a few more things. I wanted to show you around. We've got a few vehicles here, but I think I'm actually just gonna drive I'm just gonna drive this GMC truck. It's actually we're just gonna drive this around so I can show you some developments we've made here on the trailer with the Ford truck. That's sunflower oil. I'm gonna show you that operation. It's ended up being a bit more lucrative than I intended. This field here on the right was a cornfield, and I'll show you why I grew corn. But down here's our main farm area, farmyard. Here on the left we have just a basic, storage area. We got some vehicles parked there. This tractor with the blue trailer is for water, which we use to water the animals. This first one here, these are goats. Now, keep in mind this is still FS22, so I'm not on the game, not on the new game. But these goats are supposed to produce milk, but because I put them in a sheep pen and the sheep produce wool, it's not working quite correctly. But I kept them because I think they're cool, and that's pretty much filled up. I think there's, I can look here, I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. There's 10 of them in that sheep barn, and they're multiplying, whatever. And then here we have ducks. So I did goats and ducks just because these were two animal types that weren't in the base game of FS22. So when I used the animal extension mod, I put them in here. They're living on wheat. It's a nice little, I like this. I like this pen. The ducks are in here. You don't have to manually collect or anything. In FS it's automatic. So they pile up here. This is all we've gotten in several months. So it's not a very good, it's certainly not a lucrative proposition. It's just something that makes the farm feel alive. And we've got pretty standard storage building there. I think that's out of the American Farm Buildings pack. We've got some bales here. These bales are actually alfalfa from this alfalfa field. It had really good yield. I just fertilized it twice and mowed it and tedded it. I think these are hay bales, right? Not grass. I'm pretty sure this is hay. Yeah, alfalfa hay. And then down here is pretty big, I don't want to say a mess because it's well organized, but there's a lot going on. So we've got the grain silo here. Got quite a bit of, there's some sunflowers, there's some wheat, and a few other things in there. But that's our Parker wagon. And I know you're probably noticing a theme here with the trucks. and we've got this Silverado 3500. I did that because I like this layout, the style of truck, and also because this playthrough is all about using mods that I intended to use but didn't really in FS22. This is maybe not the last hurrah, but one of the last hurrahs for this game. So here we have a little bit of grape juice, and I'll explain that to you with the grape arbor when we go up that way. And then we have apples. I don't think it'll let me pick this up, will it? Too heavy. Yeah, I'll pick too heavy. So this is producing apple juice, and I'll show you where we're making the apples. It's a sweet little mod, and it adds value. Back here is one of our bigger fields. I didn't plant anything yet, but this was the wheat field, and we got, I don't know, probably it was 100,000 liters, something like that. We have 32,000 left, so maybe it wasn't quite as much as I thought, but I just recently filled the duck thing, and I put another 10 or 11,000 liters up at the other farm. So I'll show you. I'll go out the driveway, even though usually I cut through the field. Oh man, that's so rocky. I tried to use the smooth tool, and it didn't quite work. But yeah, this is a nice little. I mean, I like it. It's functional. I can get access to everything I need. And then up here we have, these are our grapevines. So I thought this would be like, okay, we'll start with this many. This should be plenty to get us going. And to be honest, I probably needed it to be about 4 times this size for it to be worth. Even then, I don't think it's worth the harvester, honestly. Leasing the harvester, the grape harvester. This guy here. So if you click on it and you hit lease, so it's 12,000 to lease it for just 1 day, just to do one job. And that I think is just ridiculous, because the amount of grape juice that I'll be able to sell from what we made, that was it. That was what we made off of 1 year's harvest. It's just not worth it. I wish there was like some type of manual option. If there was a way to manually do the grapes, even if it was labor intensive. Kind of like if you can't afford a $200,000 harvester, grain harvester, you could buy like a pull behind that's cheaper, something like that. So this is our apple greenhouse, which up to this point has been plenty. I thought I might need 2 or 3 of these, but one of them has been plenty to keep the apple thing going. Yeah. So you put manure in here, you put water in here, and then it produces apples. I actually just took them over there, so they're not here, but there was a line of like 10 of them right here. And I'm contemplating, I mean, part of me wants to do more grapes because I feel like that's part of the reason for this playthrough. And there's another part of me that just strongly dislikes the notion of having to pay so much for a harvester. But if you look up in the top right corner, we're doing pretty well for money, and maybe if I just buy the grape harvester, then it won't feel so frustrating to me. I don't know. But this was the main farm that I did not buy, and we do technically own those bales, but I haven't touched them because I wanted to keep it a challenge for myself. That's a sort of fail-safe. If for some reason I spend almost $250,000, I can do that. So up here we bought this field, and this has really been a fun little area to play. So we have a few things going on here. I mean, obviously we have the pig pen, and they are reproducing rapidly. I know that's kind of their thing, so you can sell them off, but they're reproducing very quickly. And we have the trailer here. I haven't taken any loads of them to sell yet, but they're producing tons of manure that we're using to keep the greenhouse going. Now this field was a lucrative field for me. Now it was tons of work, so that's the trade-off. Like, time is money. So I mowed this down, then I windrowed it. Well, I raked it actually, but basically windrowed it and then baled it, wrapped the bales, and sold the bales to the BGA. I got just about 60 grand. It was a little under 60 grand for all the bales that came off of this field. So that's pretty good. I don't know how that would convert if I had just fed cows with it as opposed to selling it straight off. But we have, I wanted to show you this little trailer because this is new since the last little tour I did. This little trailer is our manure hauler trailer, but I really love that they made these so customizable. So I customized that, got our Massey doing that, hauling that. And we have this Massey skid steer that for a while I was manually loading the manure in, and then I realized I can just press R on it, which is faster and a little less frustrating. But I have this skid steer here to help with bringing in the straw. The straw is what keeps the manure piling up. So we have our goats, which I showed you, our ducks that I showed you. See, it shows us 0 eggs, but we did see there are some there. And then for the pigs, a good bit of straw. So this is where a bunch of our wheat went. We're going to need some protein for them here soon-ish, and that's like, I believe soybeans count as protein. There's one other thing that counts as protein, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. But I thought I would, show you guys around, show you what has developed, because I'm not sure this. I think I was just talking about buying that when I did the other video. So it's December here. We could do another job. We could plow one of the fields. And I don't know what people necessarily want to watch. I think people like to see progress. I'm not sure that they always want to participate in the progress. I could also take this sunflower oil up and sell it, because I know that has pretty decent prices, I think, this time of year. Sunflower oil, no, terrible price. Okay, a couple months. We'll wait till February, March to do that. I think everything is good to go for right now. We'll back this truck in here at the goat farm. I'm going to tab up to the house. Oh yeah, I didn't show you the equipment that was in there, but it's just we have an M that we use at the grape orchard, that kind of stuff. So there's a man door you can go through there, but I always just run around here. I'm weird like that. Alright, so I don't know, something fun to me about doing active farm work, not in the winter. Just run around, take care of the animals in the winter, and then do things like plowing and all that. I could get the skid steer and start plowing this snow, but I'm just going to do a nominal check here, make sure everybody has enough of what they need to stay alive. Plenty of grain for the ducks. Goats have plenty of grass. Okay. Well, if they're all good, productions can pile up. That's no problem for me. Let's get to nicer weather. Hope you all have enjoyed your time with FS22, and if you don't play the game, if you just watch it, I appreciate your care, and I appreciate that you enjoy our content. What? More snow? No, bummer. I thought it would be clear. I wouldn't have done this. Okay, we definitely got more goats. Look at that. Got more goats, more ducks. Everybody's reproducing. Why are you red? Why are you upset? Could use straw, I guess. I could tab up there and do that. But that shouldn't make it show up red. They don't need straw. Well, I guess maybe that affects their comfort level, and they would be uncomfortable without straw for bedding because it's snowy and cold. I don't know. Nevertheless, give you guys some actual farm work to watch instead of just me driving around. Whoa. Traction is a little less than to be desired here in the snow. get this. I had this machine over at the juice plant for a while, but then because of the sunflowers, I actually didn't show you that. Maybe I'll go show you that now. Here, I'll tab over there. So over here, if you look, like right now I don't have any, there's no sunflower oil showing up because there's a little bit of a glitch in the matrix here, which is why I'm not super like bragging about my financial success. See how this says 177,912? It's been that for months. I don't know what happened, but the number doesn't change. And then the one day I was like, okay, I know. I'll go in here and I will add to it, right? So I'll say sunflowers. Let's add, let's say, yeah, 7,600 sunflowers. So 177 plus 7,000 means that that number should go to 184, right? So this should go to 184. But see how it went down? So once it's in there, it should say 184, right? We just did the math. 177 plus 7,000 should be 184. And it goes back to that number. It's like it moved it. I feel like maybe there's some kind of glitch between how close this silo is. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. You could walk right up here. So see how it shows that there's only 33,000 liters of sunflowers here. But when you come over here, it's showing 177,000. I don't get it. I just don't get it, guys. Anyways, that's now selling straight out of the machine. And if you go here to, like, the night that we just slept, we just simulated, it sold 12,000. And those sold products are all sunflower oil. That's all it's selling. So we sold manually. This was back when I did the bales, the silage bales. But this is just steady income that we're getting. Pretty nice. 226,000. We could buy that grape harvester if we really wanted. But I'm going to tab back up to the house and simulate to the next month. What? Oh, here we go. I was like, what's it doing? I do kind of wish I could go in, you know. Go in, get a cup of coffee, watch a football game. Well, it's February. Not much football left. Alright. Hopefully March is not snowy. It can be, though, I think. In Missouri? Probably. Oh, a little bit of rain. Still snow. Well, I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to take this New Holland. And I don't really know what I want to grow. I think this alfalfa stays planted. Yeah. So we'll keep that at alfalfa. We can either do this big field up here by the house, or we can do the back field, or we can do the grass field up by the pigs. But we should grow something this year, even if it's only one or two things. I believe that this map allows us to do canola straw, and we can do, whoops, we can do canola at the oil press and make canola oil. So that might be something to consider. Or we could do grain, because we're always going to need grain to feed the pigs and the ducks. So I feel like March is an appropriate time to plow the field. Boy, I did a really bad job of following the field boundary there, but I guess it's better to plow a little bit off the field than it is to miss big sections of the field. So these jobs, with the size fields we're on here, they're small to medium fields. I would call all three of the fields that I'm actively farming medium, and I would call the alfalfa field pretty small. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this farm. If you think I did an okay job with it, or I know some of you have been around. You watch the vintage playthroughs. And you're probably like, "What's the theme here? This isn't that interesting to me." But for me, it's a lot of stuff that I really enjoy using in the game, and I wanted to show you what I did with it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to play this game because 25 is out, and generally what I like to do is wait for a few patches till things get steady, get solid. I watch people like Daggerwin and Sim Farmer, and once they are at a point that you can tell they're using decent mods and things seem to be going smoothly, you don't have a bunch of messages from them saying this is glitched or that's glitched. Once things smooth out, then I'll probably want to take a peek and get the game. But until then, might as well take advantage of some of these mods. And if you keep an eye on the channel here in the next maybe week or so, I think I'm going to start another farm with a special theme. So I appreciate you sticking around. If you're still watching the video at this point, appreciate you being here. I've really struggled with trying to figure out what exactly people want from farm sim videos. Sometimes I do a task and the video will get like a minute and a half view, which means somebody clicked on it, they're like, oh, this guy's just plowing today, okay, I don't want to watch that, and they click off. But like, what do you expect when you click a farm sim video? I don't know. But then other times I'll try to do something where I like show my progress and try to jump through and show you equipment and describe what I'm doing and what I'm up to, and sometimes those do well and sometimes they don't. So I think at the end of the day what I've realized is I'm happiest when I just make what I want to make, and today I wanted to show you this farm, and I'm glad that you stopped by, and look for the next video. Appreciate you being here. I will be on FS25 at some point, probably in the next couple months, but for right now I'm going to keep playing this. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.